What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Senpai Solo back with another video for you guys today. In today's video, it's different. I want to talk to you guys about ports for the Nintendo Switch and why I think they are a good thing, because the direct mini was on January 11, 2018, and I saw a bit of like negativity from it, so I want to give my 5 top reasons why I think ports for the Nintendo Switch are a good thing. These are strictly my opinions. If you got your other opinions, let me know down below in the comments, but without further ado, let's get right into the video. Number 1, people who passed up on the original release of the game get a chance to experience the game now on the Nintendo Switch. Like, for me, when I saw, I guess it was Dark Souls, I didn't play that game on the PlayStation 3, but I'm really hyped for the game to come out in the summer now, because I didn't get to play it on the PS3, I think it was, when it came out. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but the game just didn't catch my interest back then, but it catches my interest now because it's on the Nintendo Switch, and the Nintendo Switch is becoming my main console of choice right now. So I guess number 1 goes to people who passed up on the initial release of the video game that was originally came out a long time ago. So topic 1 goes to people who passed up on the original release of the game. Number 2, kind of cliche, but you can't ignore it, but the Nintendo Switch isn't a hybrid console. So number 2 goes to portability. This one is kind of a cliche because the Switch is a hybrid console. You can play it at home and then you can take it off the dock and play it on the go. Like, nowadays people have places to be and they want to play their games where they're like on their commute to maybe work or waiting for class to start. I know me, whenever I get brave enough to take my Switch to school, I'm going to take it with me and play whatever game I have on the go with me and play it in the lobby when I wait for class to start. So number 2 goes to portability, as cliche as it sounds, but you can't deny it because the Switch is a portable console. Number 3, the developers make money with the games being ported to the Nintendo Switch. Now, this is true for first-party IPs and for third-party IPs also, because Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse 2 made a lot more money than it did on the Nintendo Switch than it did on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Also, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild did more on the Switch than it did on the Wii U. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, that was a port that did more on the Switch than it did on the Wii U. Splatoon 2, I think that was a new one. That wasn't on the Wii U. But yeah, so the developers make more money with the ports being ported to the Nintendo Switch than they did on the original release consoles. Number 3 goes to developers making more money. Okay, so number 4 isn't always true, but the ports or the remakes games might have better frame rates and includes all the DLC from the previous versions. Now, this isn't the case with WWE 2K18 being imported to the Switch, because that version runs horrible on the Nintendo Switch, but I heard it runs better on the PS4. My brother has it on the PS4. And I think the Batman Telltale game, that runs horrible on the Nintendo Switch also. So number 4, sometimes the frame rate is better and all the DLC come over from the original versions that were on like the PS4, PC, and Xbox One. Everything comes over from those versions to the Nintendo Switch. Sometimes they up the frame rate for the Nintendo Switch. That's not always the case, but number 4 goes to games running better, I guess, on the Nintendo Switch and all the DLC being added on purchase. Okay, so for my final one, number 5 kind of goes with number 3 a little bit, but the ported games have a possibility of outselling the original versions by a whole lot. I know some of like the ported games that came from the PS3 or the PS4 or Xbox One or whatever, those games outsold the original versions. Like the ported games to the Nintendo Switch outsold the original versions by a whole lot. Like LA Noire, I think that one did a whole lot better than it did for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Like I said, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. There were other ones, Street Fighter, that one. There are a bunch of other games that I can't really name right now. They outsold the original version games by a whole lot being ported to the Nintendo Switch, because the Nintendo Switch is a great console in itself, and I can't express that enough. So number 5 goes to the ported game possibly outselling the original version by a great margin. Okay, so for the bad, I only had 2 points on why I thought ports were kind of bad for the Switch. I guess if you want to word it like that, but we're gonna just roll into the 2 points for why I think ports for the Nintendo Switch are a bad thing. They aren't that bad though. Okay, so one of the bad things is unsatisfied, die-hard Nintendo fans. Like, after the Direct, there were people who were either really excited about all of the ports that were coming to the Nintendo Switch from the Wii U, or they were just like sad crybaby Nintendo fans who wanted stuff like Smash Bros coming to the Switch, or I don't know, Animal Crossing or something. Like, the Direct was rumored to begin with, first of all, and like people were just had their expectations so high, excuse me. And like after the Direct, like on Twitter, like it was just like, excuse my language, it was just like a shitstorm of like whiny crybaby Nintendo fans crying about, oh, we didn't get this game announced, or we didn't get this game announced. Like, the Nintendo Switch isn't even in its first year of its life, and people want there to be like a Pokemon for Switch announcement. They want the Samus trailer, or they want, you know, Animal Crossing or Pikmin 4 or whatever they hoped and dreamed of coming out of this Nintendo Direct. First of all, the Direct was a rumor. I'm sorry if this is turning into a little rant, but the one thing that's bad about, you know, having ports coming to the Nintendo Switch is like the Nintendo fans. Like, I'm a Nintendo fan myself, but I'm not a really diehard Nintendo fan, but it's bad to get ports for the Nintendo Switch if like the diehard Nintendo fans are just gonna cry about the ports they didn't get, or the ports that they wanted to get and they didn't, so they just go on like Twitter rants and they just like cry about it. So the number one bad thing for why ports are bad for the Nintendo Switch or whatever is diehard Nintendo fans making the experience for other Nintendo fans sour. Okay, so final point in this video, and the number 2 reason why I think that ports for the Nintendo Switch are bad is this one's kind of stupid, because I think hardcore Nintendo fans hate that we get ports that those guys got like before the Nintendo got them or whatever. Like, why does Xbox fans or PC players or PS4 players care about what Nintendo fans are excited about for when we get ports? Okay, yeah, cool, you guys got Wolfenstein 2 and Doom and all of that stuff before Nintendo Switch. But you guys gotta realize the Nintendo Switch is a brand new console, and we need to like have more development time for the games to come over to our consoles or whatever. And Nintendo kind of burnt their bridges with like most of the developers that they used to work with in the past or whatever, so they had to like, you know, build that trust back up to get these developers to start making the games again for our console of choice or whatever. Like, I'm a PlayStation 4 fan, but I don't understand like why PlayStation players are so upset about us getting Dark Souls remastered for the Nintendo Switch this summer. Yeah, sure, you guys are getting the whole collection with the, you know, Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, and then like you get the like steelbook and all of that bull crap or whatever. That's cool. You guys enjoyed that. We'll get that eventually down the line, but I mean, you guys talking about how we get excited about ports or whatever, and I don't care. My little brother is excited about The War Ends With You coming to the Nintendo Switch. That's a 10-year-old game, but he played it on the DS and he loved it, so he's excited about it coming back to the Nintendo Switch now. So I'm excited about Dark Souls. I never played it, like I said before. We're excited about playing that game or whatever. So number 2 of why ports are bad for the Nintendo Switch, which is kind of idiotic or kind of stupid in my opinion, is haters. Like PlayStation, diehard PlayStation fans, diehard Xbox fans, diehard PC fans are like, oh well, this game's gonna run like crap on your system of choice because we got 60 frames per second, 1080p, yada yada yada. So what? We're portable. Let me see you take your Xbox One to your friend's house and, you know, just play it on the fly while you're on the way there. You can't do that. You can't. PlayStation players, you guys almost had that with the PS Vita and the PSP, but that's dead, so stop it. Just stop it. Nintendo, we got ports coming, and they're good ports. Let me know what you guys are excited about coming to the Nintendo Switch later on down the line in 2018, 2019. Let me know what ports you guys want to see in the Nintendo Switch down below in the comments. And I apologize if this sounded like a rant at the end of this, but I was just upset yesterday with the Nintendo Direct or whatever. So just bear with me. Please finish the video. Alright, with that being said, that's the end of the video. Make sure you guys let me know what games you want ported to the Nintendo Switch, excuse me, down below in the comments. Make sure you guys like the video, share it with your friends and your family. Let me know if you guys are a Nintendo Switch player, if you're a PlayStation 4 player like me too, or if you're an Xbox player, hate those guys, or PC player, hate those guys too. Down below in the comments. Let me know if you guys are excited about any of the ports from the Wii U or any of the ports from like the last gen era coming to the Nintendo Switch down below in the comments. I will have another video for you guys out later on today, hopefully. As always, I'm your boy Senpai Solo. I am out. Peace.